Welcome, everybody, back to the Degenerates. I am Hector. I said what I said. I am the Commish. We do not have Zach here today. We're going to backtrack our steps real quick. We weren't here last week to do week 4, so I will be going back to do week 4 and week 5, setting up what's going on here. It's been a great season so far. Not really for me, but I'm hoping to turn around, and you're going to learn everything that we find out everything that's been going on the last 2 weeks. So, with no further ado, we'll jump back to week 4. Like I said, I rough week for me. At the end of week 3, I was 0-3. Going into week 4, it was not looking good. I did not want to go down 0-4. If I went down 0-4, I could pretty much chalk up my season as over. Mind you, I was playing Marcus, my best friend, and he always puts up great games. I think I bested him the last 2 or 3 matches that I've played against him recently over the last few seasons. But let's see what's going on now. So I'll start off with my matchup in week 4. As of right now, in the weekly report for week 4, the best team in week 4 was Widowmaking, the fucking drunken monkey with his long ass Widowmaking jizz, whatever. 160.46 points. Again, playing Lazzy Yankee game on right now. Another top matchup for him. Worst team this week 4 was B Champs with 76.04. Like, bro, that's rough. I've seen 2 players in a lineup pull up 76 points. Some of the players of the week was Jared Goff having a breakout game against Seattle. Even without a lot of his key players, Bonse Brown was out, DJ Chark was out, Swift was out, but he managed to do it. Goff had a great game. Eckler, a great game. Justin Jefferson, a great game. Hawkinson, because of Goff, had a great game. And kickers and defenses over here had to do with Joseph on the Minnesota Vikings, 17 points. And San Fran defense, who I ride with right now because they're a solid defense. Some of the bench warmers of the week that people could have started if they wanted to get some points out of them. Russell Wilson had a good game, 27. Rashad Penny, whoever has him, I know he's on a lot of lineups, had a very good game. I know they were happy about that. Corey Davis has been showing up over the last couple weeks, even with Zach Wilson starting last week. See if that can keep going. I know last year was kind of a disappointment a little bit with him. Elijah Moore picked up a lot of the slack. Now Elijah Moore is getting a little bit more of the disappointment, but that's because I feel like Garrett Wilson is starting to spring out. Corey Davis, like I said, is showing up. Let's see if Zach Wilson can keep spreading the ball. And then you still got Breece Hall and Michael Carter in the backfield. That's getting a lot of the workload too. So Tyler Higbee, 17 points. And then I don't know why they put the Bucs defense, but that was 1 point. The league leaders for week 4. We had most efficient manager was Slink Dinker, QA. He had 151 points out of the total 153 he could have gotten. Least efficient, obviously, B Champs, that fucking toilet bowl number of a 76 you put up. And you could have only managed 109, so you were going to take L's across the board no matter what. Highest points in a loss, Mike Khaleesi, taking the L to Nick, but he did score 133. Lowest points in a win, like I said, comes in that matchup with Nick and Mike Khaleesi. Biggest blowout was MJ Goat 20. Shitted on her lover. 155.76. Narrowest victory. Again, it goes back to the Khaleesi 13, Nick Lethor 14. Overachievers, baby got Dak getting 158 out of the possibly 127 that she could have gotten. And the underachiever, you already know, toilet bowl water in the background. Some of the top performances. Again, Widow making death jizz, the drunken monkey, had 160 of his possible 180. X gonna give it to you. That's baby got Dak over there getting 158 of 169. Debo don't hurt me. Melissa MJ Goat 155 of 160. And we can keep going down the list, then it gets worse. Now, to the good stuff. These matchups. The first matchup we had, I'm going to bury you in the ground. And I needed this win. God damn it, I needed this win if I needed anything. I was 0-3 going into this. Captain Cook, Marcus was 2-1. I ended up pulling it out on a landslide of a victory, 150 to 96.6. It just was a game for me to have. Joe Burrow gave me 20. So that started my week off because he had that Thursday night game. Joe Burrow and McPherson giving me 11. So I kind of knew where I was starting off with. Derrick Henry gave me a nice 20, almost 24. Miles Sanders, breakout game with almost 30. None of my receivers showed up, though. It was brutal. Pat Freiermuth is a consistent 15 points for me, so I like that. And Breece Hall gave me another 15. And the 49ers defense helped me out with 22. I did fuck up a little bit, and I left J.K. Dobbins, who I just traded for, on the bench, who gave me 22. And Dotson gave me 13, and Peoples-Jones gave me 12. But those are guys that you plug and play. Hopefully they, if they could sustain more consistent play. I started off playing Dotson a lot, and he's been falling off a little. So, but I got the win. On Marcus's side, I mean, Captain Cook, your quarterback, you still riding Trevor Lawrence. I don't know why, but I'll let you do that. You got Dalvin Cook. We know he's coming off with that shoulder injury. We didn't know how he was going to play. He still got you, 76 yards on 20 carries, but no scores. If you get a touchdown or two, that inflates that number right there. Barkley is going to be your breakout guy. I mean, he gave you 18 just off of his yards alone. If he scored a touchdown or two, that would have been nasty. Christian Kirk didn't really show up. Brandon Cooks gave you a solid 18. Kittle has been Houdini. What's going on with Kittle? Should people be afraid of Kittle? Like, should people start staying away from Kittle? I don't know. These are questions I'm trying to figure out. He's not playing well. He needs to bring that up. Khalil Herbert, solid 11. Again, receivers not playing well. Robinson, 2 points. And then the bench, kind of sad on Marcus' side. I'll take that win. I'm hoping to ride a second victory in week 5. Let's see what happens in week 5. But I'll take that for week 4 victory. Yes, I'm on the board, 1-3. I'm getting there. Next matchup, we had Frank the Tank Fantasy Football Team and the Widow making death jizz drunken monkey. This one started off pretty good and then ended up in a nice, decent lead for the Widow making death jizz drunken monkey, now 3-1. He won this 160.46 to 132. Frank the Tank is now 2-2. And let's just break down Frank's team real quick. I mean, he started off well. Got Jared Goff, 32 points. Jonathan Taylor has been MIA this whole season. And now he's out this week. This is not good. James Robinson, tough. Your receivers gave him decent points. Tyreek Hill, 20, 26. Dubes with a solid 14. He's a rookie working with Aaron Rodgers. Mark Andrews, nothing. 3.5. Juju Smith has been a disappointment. I've been very mad at him lately. Reynolds for the Lions. Josh Reynolds, with all the injuries to Amon St. Brown and Chark, had a good game with 21. His kicker gave him 13, and Carlson. And his bench, I mean, he had Russell Wilson on the bench for 27, but you had Jared Goff in. I don't know why you're running three quarterbacks, but okay, Frank. Rashad Penny, he left on the bench with 28.7. That's tough. And then he left 2 receivers who actually outplayed the receivers he had in. DJ Moore 12 and Robert Woods 13, but that I don't think that would have saved him regardless. Drunken Monkey over here with the 160 that he dropped. Patty Mahomes gave him 25. Fournette almost 18 and a half. Justin Jefferson's a lock for almost 30 every game. Kelsey gave him a solid 25. Jeff Wilson with 13. Leonard Fournette with another 18 and a half. Singletary with another 11. It was a solid game all across the board. Cortland Sutton with another 16. There's nothing you can really do about this. His bench gave him decent quality points too. Corey Davis with 18. And Damian Harris with another 15. And Monkey had that locked up for sure pretty easily. So I gave Monkey his 3-1 record. Frank the Tank is now 2-2. Going on to the next matchup, we have blacklisted Mike Khaleesi taking that very narrow loss to Greendale Human Being Nick Latoris. Now blacklisted is 1-3. Just a reminder out there, last year blacklisted did come second to last in the league. He did come second to last in the league last year. So he's keeping a trend going right now. And Nick Latoris is just trying to keep that hot train. You know, he came in second to Christie last year. He's trying to get back to the chip and win one. Pulling out that narrow victory, 136.5 to 133.4. Let's break down Blacklist's team. Matt Stafford did not show up. Only 5.5 points. His run game, very well for him. Nick Chubb, 20.5. Damian Pierce, 25, almost 26. Mike Williams and Adam Thielen gave great games, 15 and 19, respectively. His tight end, you could always ask for your tight end to give you somewhere from 10 to 15. Your elites are going to give you more. But if your tight end can give you 10 to 15, bro, you're solid. Goddard's going to give you that, 12 points. Elliott, good kicker, 10 points. Wrong Elliott. Running back Elliott, shitty game, 10 points. Then you got your kicker, who actually did better than your running back Elliott, 17 points. That's a shame. Sorry, I'm eating a quarter pounder with cheese. That shit's good. But his bench, it hurts when Kamara was out. His backup in Ingram doesn't do nothing. Godwin's first game back was not bad. 7 for 10 for 59 yards, 12.9 points. He'll start to break out. And he'll be a easy start for Blacklisted from now on out. Higbee, he fucked up, left Tyler Higbee on the bench with 17 points. Put Tyler Higbee in, you win the game. Because you're only losing by 2. It's rough. Over there on Nick's team, Greendale Human Being, with his narrow victory, Lamar Jackson only gave him 15, so that's a shock. Then he loses Williams to an injury, so he only gave him 3. A.J. Dillon gave him only barely 10. But you got your receivers coming in clutch. Higgins with 25.5. Cooper Kupp with 26. Then your tight end Everett gave you 17. Waddle didn't have a great game, but like I said, when you got 3 of the 4, then you still got Marquise Brown dropping 20. That was a good play from him. Chargers defense gave you a solid 9. Then you look at his bench. Bench wasn't that great, but Drake London you still can't sleep on. He had an off game today. Chase Edmond gave him 10, but who knows who's going to be the starting running back there. Bench isn't great, but starter lineup is fucking elite. That narrows victory right there to Nick Greendale Human Being. Next up, we got the Nazi Nate taking a loss, 106 to Baby God Dak. X gonna give it to you. And boy, did she give it to you. 158.36 to 106. God damn. Talk about taking L's. Break down Nazi Nate's lineup. Kyler Murray gave him a decent game, 21.8. And he should start even playing even better. D-Hop should be coming back in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. That'll put Hollywood Brown at the number 2 receiver. He'll beat up on some number 2 cornerbacks. Then he got Joe Mixon, solid 17.5 points. Kareem Hunt only gave him 8. Kareem Hunt's not doing what he's been doing in the past. Nick Chubb is still doing his dominant thing, but Kareem Hunt is like taking a little fall back. DK Metcalf, after the trade for, I mean, hey, look, Nazi Nate, they gave us a lot of shit for that trade. I traded Nazi Nate, DK Metcalf for J.K. Dobbins, and they both went off for both of us. 21.9. Scary Terry's been getting me mad because I got him in another league. That's not well. He's not been playing well. 3.5 points. Darren Waller's been another one, not showing up. This is sad. This line, that Oakland lineup's supposed to be, it was so potent and shit. They were supposed to be so great. Darren Waller and Devontae Adams. I don't know what's going on with Waller. 5 points. Elijah Moore is another one that's been taking some hits, but he 8.5. He gets some targets, but I'm hoping with Zach Wilson they'll build a little bit more chemistry. Chris Olave has been having a great season, 16.7. Your Lions defense, -2. That's not going to be good. And then your bench didn't do nothing. So you're going to have to make some moves, Nate. Christie, on the other hand, after some rough weeks, the first 2-3 weeks into the season, some of her injured guys are back. She got Jimmy G giving her a solid 14. He's not going to do anything spectacular, but he's not going to fuck up the game for her. Austin Eckler is a heavy hitter for her, 35. James Conner gave her another 11, which he can break out at any moment too. He's a touchdown heavy guy. Devontae Smith has been in and out for her. It just depends on how much AJ Brown's getting fed. Jerry Jeudy gave her a solid 15. Edward Hilaire having a great game, 22.5. Mike Evans coming back from that suspension, 30, dropping dimes. Let's go. Kicker giving her a solid 10, and she got the Packers defense, which is solid to keep, 8 points. Her bench, she still had George Pickens in there at 16.2. I think with Kenny Pickett, he's going to see a lot of more touches. Get ready to start plugging in George Pickens more. If you look at her lineup, Evans is her number 1. Jerry Jeudy's probably her number 2. I'd put Pickens in there over Devontae Smith right now until we start seeing him play better. We got the Book of Mormons and Team the Slink Dinkers. QA and Zach. Zach took a bad L, 118 to 151. Zach is also now 1-3. So I just want to say, after I started 0-3, I'm now tied with 2 other people at 1-3. So they had to lose while I finally won. I'm looking for moral victories here. So QA is now 3-1. We'll break down Zach's team real quick. He started off with Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert's a solid start no matter what. 21 points. McKissick, nothing. 8 points. Michael Carter, who's been getting less reps, only 5. Devontae Adams, he's heavy in receiver, Zach over here. So let's see what his receivers can do. Devontae Adams gave him 20, which is average for him. Stephon Diggs was not a good game for him. Only 10 points. Hayden Hurst, 11 points. Michael Pittman has not been showing up, 6 points. Garrett Wilson, kind of off day. You don't know how he's going to break out yet. He's had decent games, but I feel like that's going to come. Only 6 points. Kuz, 12 points. Eagles defense, solid, 18 points. Bench, nothing. St. Brown should be coming back for him, so he'll be able to have him in. But, yeah, that was a tough loss for Zach. He needs his receivers. Over on QA side, I mean, half his team was pretty much fucking auto-drafted. So he got a solid team. Josh Allen, 24.5. Gibson only gave him 9. But Josh Jacobs makes up that with his 34.5 points. I don't know where Josh Jacobs felt like he felt like playing football today. I don't know. Jamar Chase, only 12 points. That's only 12 points. But that's not gonna happen often. CeeDee Lamb 21.7. Zach Ertz, good 16.7. Cordarrelle Patterson gave him 10 before getting injured. Now Algier is out there, and most waiver wires, Algier is still out there. If he's out there, pick him up. He'll be a plug-in guy for the next 4 or 5 weeks. If he can end up taking that lead back role from Patterson, which eventually will happen because Patterson is getting old. I mean, he's not gonna be fucking the lead back forever. Tyler Boyd only 7. Justin Tucker gave 11. Then on his bench, he had Brady. He could have started either Brady or Allen. Both gave 25. Michael Thomas was out. Russell Gage, nothing. Christian Watson, nothing. And Kyle Pitts, another fucking disappointment. Kyle Pitts is not getting fed nothing. He ain't getting fed shit. You got to give this, you got to incorporate this man into the offense. Like, he can beat corners and linebackers. Like, this guy, like, he's too strong for the corners and he's too fast for the linebackers. Like, come on. It's like, get this man the fucking ball. Oh. Last but not least, you got the Debo Don't Hurt Me, Melissa MJ GOAT versus her boo-boo champs, B champs. What a domination. I know B champs is sleeping on a cot in a room somewhere now because she said, no, you're not sleeping in the bed. 155-76. Both are 2-2 now. Jalen Hurts, sorry, I'm gonna start with I always start with the losing teams. B champs over here with Aaron Rodgers 15. Najee Harris only 7. Yeah, that's what you do, Jets defense. You stop Najee Harris. Aaron Jones 14.5. Deontay Johnson has not been getting any fucking great fucking looks. He has not done great at all this year. Maybe with Kenny Pickett, it starts to change around. I don't know. I feel like George Pickens is going to be his guy, but we'll see. Amari Cooper, nothing. That's going to change once Deshaun Watson comes back. That ain't no time soon. Knox 7. Pollard, nothing. This is a bad game. Tyler Lockett, 13. His bench, he left Williams on the bench for 23.9 and Ramon Stevenson for 12.9, but that's it. Like, no matter what, he was taking this L. And then over on Melissa's side, it was all starting lineup. I'll start with her bench straight up. Her bench is done, decimated. Njoku was hit or miss, 9 points. Traylon Burks, who the fuck knows what's going to happen with this dude? Kenneth Walker, Chuba Hubbard, ETN, I don't know. But her starting lineup was great enough this week. Only 15 from Jalen Hurts, which that won't happen very often this year, at least. That kid's been playing well. CMC, 26. Cam Akers, who knows what's happening with that dude. Debo Samuel came clutch for her with 23.7. She is a Debo fan. AJ Brown, 14.5. That's a low day for him because that's, like I said, she's doubling up with AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts. That's gonna give her points. Hawkinson saved her day with 39.9. I don't know why she got it on the trading block, but that's her only tight end. And Lazard, a solid 17.6. And that is week 4. As of week 4, the standings are in the gridiron. Monkey, Widowmaker Industrials, 3-1. Fantasy football team, Frank the Tank, Nazi Nate, and X gonna give it to you with Captain Cook, all 2-2. And I'ma burrow you in the ground. That is me, 1-3. In Death Valley, we have Greendale Human Being, 3-1. Also with QA, the Slink Dinker. 2-2 is Debo Don't Hurt Me and B Champs fighting for those middle spots, and the bottom of the barrel is blacklisted in the Book of Mormons. I'm 1-3. Stay tuned for week 5. And we're back for week 5. Woo, man, 4 weeks already. 4 weeks already blow by. Ooh, and it's been great, honestly, guys. Before I even get into start talking about week 5, it's been great working with these guys in this league. Um, a lot of banter, a lot of shit talk, a lot of waiver wire trade moves right now. Like it's great. I love this sleeper app. Everything is so convenient. Keep saying this. Group chat just pops up perfectly. Trades are smooth. Everything is just like I can't keep talking good about this app. Um, like I said, waiver wires have been great. Guys have been working the waiver wire a lot, working trades, um, giving people the business, talking the shits. Um, it's just been great. Moving on to week 5, we have what a week coming up, man. What a week. This is a I would say a very defining week for a lot of people. I mean, are a lot of people gonna bring their records even, take that step up, or is this gonna be a gap that just you can't recover from? There's a bunch of us that can't recover if we take another L. Not right now, at least. So let's kick this bitch off. We got week 5 matchup. And let's start from the bottom up. Let's go. We got the Book of Mormons, Zach, 1-3 versus 2-2 B champs. Right now, the Book of Mormons, Zach is projected to win by a small margin, 133.9 to 126. I mean, as of right now, Zach has Justin Herbert, McKissick, Carter, Adams, Diggs, Hayden Hurts, Pittman, Garrett Wilson, Koo, and the Eagles defense. Who knows if Amon St. Brown is good to go? If he's good to go, that might be a guy you need to plug in against New England. Uh, he is wide receiver heavy, Zach. Maybe you take out Pittman because we haven't seen Pittman play the greatest. But Amon St. Brown is a plus, a must needed, uh, a played player if you have him, not just sitting on the bench. Over on B champs, he has Aaron Rodgers, Najee Harris, Aaron Jones. Good combo right there with his backs. Mari Cooper, Tyler Lockett. Not bad at the receiver spot. Mari Cooper could get a lot better if he had Deshaun Watson out there. Ramad Stevenson and Williams. If Swift plays, I don't know if he's going to play or not. Excuse me. And then the benches, not bad. I mean, he has Deontay Johnson sitting there and Jarvis Landry sitting there. Pollard, I might even take the chance on starting Pollard over Stevenson. But that's just me talking. I'm going to give it to the Book of Mormons. I think he's more equipped to win this game. Diggs, Wilson, Devontae Adams, they scare me more than Najee Harris and Aaron Jones. Let me give it to Zach. Moving on to the next matchup. We have a doozy right here. We got the Widow making death jizz. He's 3-1, Drunken Monkey. Projected to win over X. Gonna give it to you, Baby Got Dak. Monkey is 3-1. Baby Got Dak is 2-2. Can Baby Got Dak squeeze this one out? Take that 3-2 lead. Monkey jumps down to 3-2. Starts to even out some of these playing boards. Or will Monkey be one of the first teams with the 4th victory this season? Going over to Chrissy's team, I mean, right now she has Jimmy Garoppolo playing the Carolina Panthers, which seems like a pretty good matchup to have right there. Kind of beat up on the Panthers. Austin Eckler is an automatic. James Conner. Then her receiver, she has Devontae Smith and Jerry Jeudy. Mike Evans is also playing. She also has Edward Helaire in one of her flex spots. Schultz is her tight end. And her package defense and kicker and Hopkins is pretty solid. She has she has a pretty good bench. George Pickens can be one of those guys. She can play. I think she should probably sit Devontae Smith and play Pickens, but I'm not to talk. Over in Monkey side, he does have Patty Mahomes, Jeff Wilson, Leonard Fournette, Justin Jefferson is a give me, Cortland Sutton, Travis Kelsey, Devil Singletary, Corey Davis suck up in the Cowboys defense. Will he plug someone else in? I don't think so. He does have Gabriel Davis, Pachenko, Damian Harris, but I think that will be his starting lineup right there. I'm going to have to give it to Monkey in this one, but I'm praying for you, babe. I'm hoping you squeeze out that victory. Moving on to the next one, we have Nazi Nate versus Captain Cook, a battle of the 2-2 records. This one's a close one as well, with Nazi Nate just squeaking by right now at 127.7 and 121. Will he pull this one out? I don't know. Both these guys can, at any given moment, go off. Nazi Nate got Kyler Murray at the moment with Mixon and Hunt. DK Metcalf with Chris Olave. Darren Waller, kind of a disappointment though. Scary Terry, Elijah Moore, McManus, and the Bucks defense. Now, if Swift is going to start, I will put him in a heartbeat. Besides that, his bench is hurting. On Marcus' side, he's still riding Trevor Lawrence. I don't know why. With Dalvin Cook and Barkley, good 1-2 punch if Cook is stay healthy. Christian Kirk, Brandon Cooks, with George Kittle, who is a disappointment as well. Khalil Herbert, who has played pretty well in the absence of Montgomery. Duvernay, who needs to step it back up and be the Duvernay in the first 2 weeks of football we saw. Tyler Bass, and he has no defense at the moment. He will probably be making a move soon, though. His bench, he does have Allen Robinson. He does have Madison. He does have DJ Chark. But I don't know. The best possible move. His lineup is pretty solid. Pretty solid. I'm going to say I'm going to give it to Marcus in an upset over Nazi Nate. Nazi Nate, you're going to go down in this one. Marcus, I feel like Marcus is going to pull this one out possibly. Moving on to the next one, we have Greendale Human Being, Debo Don't Hurt Me, Nick and MJ Goat. Nick is 3-1, MJ Goat 2-2. Another matchup that we can even out the playing boards. MJ Goat got Jalen Hurts, McCaffrey, Akers, Debo Samuels, AJ Brown, Hawkinson, Njoku, the Lizard King, Gano, and the Broncos defense, which is the best possible lineup she can possibly put out there right now. And just as well go off for 50 again. While over in Nick Lathoris's side, Lamar Jackson, Hines, Dillon, Higgins, Waddle, Everett, Kupp, Marquise Brown, Jake Elliott, and the Chargers defense. He also has a starting lineup that's probably going to stay the same, hoping that the wide receiver Williams finally can, start his season up. Drake London is a good piece, but he is hurting in the back area, which is why he has Hines starting, with Taylor especially being out. I don't know how well he's going to play, but in this matchup, I'm going to give it to Melissa. Melissa's, this week is going to be a defining week for a lot of people. I'm going to give it to Melissa. Melissa's going to pull this one out. Next up, we got Blacklisted 1-3 versus QA 3-1. What a lopsided game, but Blacklisted is projected to win at the moment, 124.9 to 114.4. Whoa. If he can pull up this upset, if Blacklisted could pull up this upset, Wow. Right now, Blacklisted has Matt Stafford, Nick Chubb, Damian Pierce. Great combo right there with the backs. Mike Williams, Adam Thielen, Goddard, Higbee, Godwin, Joseph as his kicker in the Ravens defense. And on the bench, he still has Ezekiel Elliott, Kamara, who might be able to go this week. Dortch. I mean, I'm not a fan of Ingram and Randall Moore, and he still has Zay Jones and DeAndre D-Hop waiting in IR. Then over on QA, Josh Allen, Gibson, and Jacobs as a 1-2 punch for his running backs. He does have a Chase Lamb wide receiver combo there. Zach Ertz as his tight end. He does need to take out Cordarrelle Patterson because he still hasn't plugged in, which will probably take him out and either start Michael Thomas, Kyle Pitts, or Russell Gage. Either one of those guys you can plug there. So we'll see what he puts there in that flex spot. And then Tyler Boyd, Justin Tucker in the Saints defense. If I'm anyone, I'm putting Michael Thomas back in there because he has produced, week 1, 22, 18 and a half, 10, missed week 4, come back week 5 against the Seahawks. And yeah, I'm putting Michael Thomas up in that bitch. It'll even out the scoring a little bit more. It'll actually give QA the edge, almost 130 to 125. At that point, it's a dogfight. I'm gonna give it to Blacklisted. Blacklisted, you owe me one for this one. You're gonna fucking stir the pot. You're gonna stir the fucking standings right here in this one. I'm giving it to Blacklisted in this. Going with another upset. And then the final match of week 5. Coming down to my matchup, Frank the Tank 2-2 versus I'ma bury you in the ground 1-3. I'm coming off that 1-game victory. Frank's coming off a 1-game loss. Can I go 2-3 and get my second victory? Start changing more of these standings? I think I can. I'm projected 131 to 126 as the moment is right now. Now, once Frank figures out his running back situation, he will have the edge on me again. So let's go with his lineup. He has Russell Wilson as a starting quarterback. He has Jonathan Taylor still in right now. We already said Nick Latoris has Hines as the backup starting in his lineup. So he needs to figure out who he's going to put in running back here. He has James Robinson, Tyreek Hill, Dubes, the rookie for Green Bay, who's had decent games. Still learning how to play with Rodgers. Mark Andrews, Juju Smith, Robert Woods, Carlson as his kicker, and the Bills defense. Now, on his bench, like I said, I don't know why he rides with 3 quarterbacks, but he does have Rashad Penny that he can start, who just had a good game, which most likely that's what he's going to do. He's going to plug in Rashad Penny, give him 9 points there. It'll put him up probably like 135 to 131 on me. He does have Reynolds on the bench. And he does have Elijah Moore on the IR, who doesn't come back for a few more weeks. And now on my side, I have Joe Burrow. I got my Derrick Henry, Miles Sanders 1-2 punch, who both went off for me last week. Curtis Samuel, Keenan Allen, Pat Freiermuth, J.K. Dobbins, Breece Hall. I'm going running back heavy right now. I'm trying to make a move for another wide receiver. McPherson as my kicker in the 49ers defense. On my bench, I just got my waiver wire of another running back, Algier. People need running backs. Holla at your boy. Brandon Ayuk, Peoples-Jones, Rashad Bateman, and Dotson. Sammy Watkins on my IR. I'm still going to ride with me. I think my running backs are going to go off again. If Keenan Allen actually does play, he's going to go off. My running backs are going to go off this week. I'm winning this game. I'm taking you down, Frank. I'm taking you down. I'm winning this game. That is week 5. That is where we stand right now. Playoffs are looking crazy. The toilet bowl, like there is an actual like playoff bracket, and then there's an actual toilet bowl. You fucking suck bracket. So we're getting there. This is week 5, starting tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday. It's the first game of the week 5. Let's see what we got going. Let's stir this shit up. I'm trying to yo, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna win out from now on. I'm doing that. I'm winning out from now on. I hope. That's week 5 for you guys. This is the Degenerates. I am Hector. I said what I said. Stay tuned for next week's episode. Let's see what happens. Let's see where the standings fucking lie after week 5. $600 in the pot. Trophy on the line. That's what I said. Stay tuned.